Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of Bricks and Toys. Today is an off episode, not about Lego, not about RC, but about diecast cars. Diecast is something that we don't cover too much in this channel, but I love diecast. That's why I'm called Bricks and Toys. Bricks is number one, and anything that's a cool toy is right behind it in number two. Today's video is going to be about die-cast cars and what is in this bag. And may I say, as they say in all the rap videos, major bag alert, yes, that is what's going on here. Now, I want to give you a little bit of a backstory to how this all happened before we get into it. And it all started with today getting gas. Now, I guess I should go back a couple weeks before today and tell you guys that I am a major record store enthusiast. I love records, CDs, because I love music. Music is like the heartbeat, the song to your heartbeat, I guess, however you want to put it. And what's weird about it is record stores are now evolving more into a giant junk collection, flea market, than an actual record store in itself. We had a couple of these stores in Vegas called Zia Records, and here we have another type of store. It's kind of the same thing, but I think they have more junk than music. But anyway, here it's called The Cave. And a few weeks ago, I checked out one of the stores because it used to be called Dimple Records here in California when I lived here last 12 years ago. And I kind of wanted to see why the name change and, is it kind of like the same thing? To my surprise, Dimple Records and The Cave, as it's now called, have barely anything in common. And even further so, back in the day, you would walk into Dimple Records and boom, there's the latest music, and boom, there's all of your favorite artists and their past albums within just a few minutes of looking. To where now at The Cave, well, it sucked. It was a really, really crappy store, and I felt like everything was really overpriced, and I came home and I told my wife, and I said, hey, you know that place called The Cave? Yeah, don't go there. So fast forward 2 weeks, I'm kind of in this position now to where I guess my days of record store shopping are in the past because no place is going to be like Zia, which was in Vegas. And we're driving to go get gas today, and we noticed that there was a Cave outlet. Now, on our way to getting gas, we've noticed this store before, but it's always been in kind of like the wrong time. Like, I'm hungry, I just want to get gas, I don't want to stop. Or it's kind of like too late at night and I don't want to stop in. But this time, it just felt right. And I was like, you know what? I know we just want to get gas and go home and take care of some business, but let's stop here and let's take a look. And I'm so glad that I did, because when we walked in, this being an outlet, they said, just so you know, everything in the store is 50% off. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll find some good junk. Maybe I won't. But regardless, it'll only be 50% off. And the best part about it is, right now, I'm watching my pennies really, really, really tight. And this cat is in my video. That's Kiki, by the way, for all of you new people watching. She's been a long time video bomber. But anyway, so we stopped in, 50% off, and my wife started coming up to me when I was looking through music, because this store actually had music that I recognized, and things got a little crazy. And when I mean crazy, well, this, yeah, that is a 2003 1/24 scale Kevin Harvick diecast car. Then we have another one from Jeff Gordon, a special paint scheme. Then we have another one, Tony Stewart, number 20 from back in the day. Man, you were just being all up in this, aren't you, Kiki? Then, continuing on with Joe Gibbs Racing, number 18, Bobby Labonte from back in the day. A Dale Earnhardt Jr. from 1999. If you guys know NASCAR or Dale Earnhardt, he only raced 5 races before his rookie season in 2000. So for that being a 99, yeah, it's kind of cool. Then we got another number 29 special paint scheme for the Winston race, or whatever they called the All-Star race back then. And then we got another Dale Earnhardt Jr. 7 cars. To further go on, we have little car, and then another little car, and then the mother of them all. Like this, yeah. This is where the major bag alert comes in. I gotta be very careful. This one does want to fall. We have this styrofoam. So all of this stuff right here in front of you, guess how much this is? Any takers? Any guessers? $90 at the end of the day. It would have been a little bit less if I would have found one of these cars at another store. Because once I bring you guys in and we start going over these cars, you're going to see a barcode on here that says The Cave, Roseville. Well, guys, The Cave, Roseville, I decided to go to that store after I picked my daughter up from school today, and I found one of the 29 cars, the one down here at the very bottom, over here now, and I found that one for $15, and that was one I was looking for, and $15, not 50% off, kind of sucked, but it's still a really good deal for what these cars are. So can you guys believe that all of this is $90? Now, you guys know me. I'm now going to bring you guys in. We're going to look at all of these cars, and then we're going to go to eBay. We're not going to look at what's selling. We're going to look at what has sold, and then we're going to have a total number of what all this stuff is actually worth. I actually did really good, and that's kind of the whole point in today's video, is to show you some really cool old school NASCAR stuff and the great deal I got on it. And if I was to sell this tomorrow, minus fees and shipping, how much money would I actually make back on these? It's really good news. Now let's come in and let's take a look at these one at a time. Okay, so to get this party started, I'm just going to tell you guys, I was a kid when I remember these cars when they were out on the track. My memories of the who, what, when, and wheres are very vague. I do remember the majority of these, but I do not remember their significance. So I do have a cheat sheet right here telling me, for one, the values that I'm about to show you, and two, where are these cars special from? That is one of the snafus with these cars. A lot of them are not traditional paint schemes, and they are the one-off for the special races like Daytona, Dover, and so forth, so on, and Talladega, and, all the other ones like the Winston or All-Star races. Let's get in and look. So the first up is going to be the Bobby Labonte car. This one was $24.99. I paid $12.50 for what I'm about to show you. It does have the sticker on the side saying it's Bobby Labonte, number 18 Interstate Batteries, 2002 Grand Prix, total production 19,860, and something about Mac Tools, one of 2,172. Now, when I went to the store, it did seem like somebody lost their collection. Maybe somebody passed away. So, I wish I could have got there when they all got these, right? So we're going to open this box. Now, there is no tape or anything, so I'm not doing any harm by going through these. So we're going to open it up. There we go. And we're going to get our first look. And look at that. Now, let's pull it out all the way. So this is his traditional paint scheme. In the year 2002, Bobby Labonte only won one race with this paint scheme. Now, before I continue, I do want to say what makes these cars so special. Why am I flipping my lid about them? Well, when these cars are new, they sell on average for around $60 to $80. These are very detailed. They're very heavy. They're made of metal, and they have suspension. They have weird little codes on the tires. They have opening backs, opening fronts where you can see the engine. They're all very, very special and very detailed. Like even the grill is a custom piece of metal stuck in the front. So that's why this is very special to me. Anybody that liked NASCAR back in the day would know this car. But what makes this one really cool is it's a Pontiac. They don't do Pontiacs in NASCAR no more. Ain't that something? So the next up is going to be the Jeff Gordon. Now this was a 200 years of DuPont. Now this is not the flaming paint scheme. This is a one-off one. In this year of 2002, he ran this car for Daytona Speed Weeks, and he also ran this car in Dover. He did win dual number one in the Daytona Speed Weeks with this car. Opening the lid, and there we have the first look, and that's what it looks like on the side. There we got the infamous Pepsi sponsor, the DuPont. Like I said, no flames, but it does have these nice stripes. Some of these sponsors are really cool, like the Lowe's and the Fritos. 2002 is the last of the traditional, the way that the car looked, for they kind of went all like gloopy looking. Really nice. I like this one. So one thing I forgot to mention on this one, $24.99, so I paid $12.50 for this one as well. Before we continue on and take a look at this Dale Earnhardt Jr. number 8 2002 All-Star car, I do want to let you guys know that those two last cars, like I said, was $12.50, so I paid $25 for the both of them. Each of those, which I'll show you later on at the end of this video, each of those cars retail back for about $18 to $30. Just depends on who, what, when, and where, and if someone wants to buy it for that much. So I would say I did really good considering I could buy one of those cars for what I paid for both. Let's continue on with this one. This one was $14.99, and that means I paid $7.50. Let's go ahead, let's take a look. Now, I am a major Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan. That was my driver. After the death of his dad, I went with the son, where other people in my house went with another driver I have in this pile. Some people follow the car, some people follow the family heritage. I followed the family. And here we have it in that candy apple red. Really clean. Now, one thing that's a real bummer about this one, it has no interior and no windows. Here we can get a look at the 2002 paint scheme for this particular race. It does have the engine under the hood and the back, but I already took the bottom off the car just to see. No interior, all blacked out windows. They do make one of these with the interior. I don't know why they make the option of not having one. Maybe you guys can leave a comment down below. But this one is still really cool. Now, I do want to say, in this particular Pepsi 400, which is a Daytona summer race at this time, he did finish 6th in this race, so a top 10 car. Here's our next car, and like I said in the last segment, some people follow the family, some people follow the car. This is the driver that the other half of the house went with. My mom and I, we went Dale Jr. My dad and my brother went with Kevin Harvick in the Goodwrench car. This one was $15. I paid $7.50 because of the 50% off. This one is really freaking cool. So as we open this up, this is the 2003 Winston car, which is the race where they race for like $1 million. He did finish 7th in this particular race. And it is a joint sponsorship of GM Goodwrench and the Snap-on Tools. And as you can see, this is when the body started getting really warped looking and not so defined like the prior couple years of the Monte Carlo. Well, you look at that. That is just beautiful. I never knew he even raced this scheme until today. But for $7.50, can't say no. So as I pack this car up, I want to take another pause and let you guys know these last two cars were $7.50 a piece. Their values are about $20 to $25. I will show you proof of all this at the end of the video. But again, for the price of almost 2 of these before the discount, you could buy just one of them. So yeah, we did good. So this next one is one that I really freaking like. This is another one I got for, well, $15, but $7.50. This takes you back to the good old days of NASCAR. Tony Stewart's 2001 Coca-Cola Home Depot car. And will you get a look at that? Wow. And there we have it, ladies and gents. Grand Prix Pontiac. Like I said with the Bobby Labonte, you just don't see this. Now, this is a car he did race in 2001 for the Talladega race. And unfortunately, he came second. I think he came second to Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that race. But he did it with this beautiful car, and I just love the Polar Bear as a pit crew member with the Coke. That's just retro nostalgia. This car, as I pack it up, is currently worth about $20 to $30. So the next car on my list is this one. But as a Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan, I'm really pumped about this car. And then the cars after that is going to be this car. I want to save that one for last, even beyond this one. The styrofoam box is freaking insane. But I do want to take a quick second and show you these two 2021 Hendrick Motorsports vehicles. This is Chase Elliott's number 9 car with one of his off sponsors, which is UniFirst. And then we have Alex Bowman with the 48 Ally Camaro. Well, I guess both of these are Camaros. I did pay $4. Oh, I actually paid about $5 for this one, and I paid about $3.50 for this one. Well, you know, it's not too good, it's not too bad, but each of these are worth about $10 on eBay. So, you know, like I said, I'll show you guys that at the end of the video. Before we get to the last two cars, I want to go and talk about the car I picked up just a few moments ago. This is when I went to the actual cave in Roseville. All the other cars came from the cave outlet over here in Citrus Heights, California. I actually went to the main store because I wanted to follow the breadcrumbs and try to find more of these cars at the store that they came from, because even at full price, some of these cars are worth the money at full cost, including this one. This is one of my more favorite paint schemes besides the OG, you know, white and red 29 car that he raced before this. But I found this, and I also found a couple other ones, but the money just, you know, it was kind of a break even with eBay, where this one was still a few dollars I can make on it if I was to sell it. So let's go ahead and let's open this one up. So not a sale item, $14.99 is what I paid. Now this is the traditional Kevin Harvick 03 car. He came 5th in points that year, and it is worth about $20 to $30, so at least $5 more than what I paid, like I said. Just depends on who you ask, or whoever buys it, I guess. But anyway, taking off the top, this one is in a sock. Let's lift it out. This is beautiful. Look at that. Who remembers this, for all the NASCAR people watching? This is insane. Look at, it's got the number 3 to honor Dale. I love how they did that back in the day. I think my brother would really get a kick out of this one because he loved this guy. He followed the car, and you know what? That's not wrong at all. This is, yeah, this is cool, right? So now let's get to the grand finale. Like I said when I started this video, I found, well, should I say my wife found Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 1999 Winston Cup car. If you guys know NASCAR and you know the story, Dale Jr. signed on his dad's racing team, DEI. He raced 5 races in 1999 before going over to the new Monte Carlo in the year 2000 and proceeding to win 1 race in his rookie season. And my wife, she found this. Now, this car was $25. I paid $12.50 for this one. As you can see here, if it wants to focus, at one point this car was $80. And I am, this one is awesome. Right now, I could sell this car for $29 to $35. But I don't see it going anywhere. When he started this season, he started off with the Coca-Cola 500. That was the first race of 5. Or was the Coca-Cola 600? I think it's the 600. Doesn't matter. It's in the past, obviously. But look at that. The traditional stripes going down the side. The old Monte Carlo without the taillights. Budweiser sponsorship. This is mint, people. This is what it's about right here. I never thought I would ever find one of these without spending $40. And I spent $12.50, and I could still make double that on that car. Now, who wants to see what's in this one? Now, this is freaking insanity right here, people. Oh my God, I cannot believe that this happened to me. I almost left the store without buying this. And then I walked by and I saw Richard Petty. You NASCAR people know damn well who Richard Petty is. 200 wins, 7 championships, and he's known for being a big Mopar guy, later on Pontiac and God knows whatever in his later career, but a lot of his wins were with Mopar, Chargers, Plymouths, things like that. I'm not really big into the history. I know bits and pieces, but Richard Petty is a name that's synonymous with NASCAR. We know. Super duper bird. Whoever wrote that had a sense of humor. It's a super bird. Now, this was $30. But, like I said, I paid 50% off for $15. Would you believe me that what's in this styrofoam, I could sell it tomorrow for $90 to $120 or more dollars? Do you believe me? Well, you'll see here in a few minutes. And you will, because somebody has. I don't know if I can, but somebody has. And here it is, people. This is the Grail. The 1970 Superbird that he won 8 races with. That's incredible. I think he won 18 races or something that season, and 8 was with this car. They only raced the Superbird and the Daytona on the big tracks like Talladega and Daytona, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know all of my history all that well. I don't go back that far, but I do know some things. So he did win in this car. He did race this car, and this being a Superbird or a Daytona, well, guys, I think they outlawed these by the 71 season. They were too dang fast. So this is a Franklin Mint. It still has the sticker or the tag stuck to it. Now, from what I researched, Franklin Mint has not made a diecast of any type since 2001. So I don't know how far back this goes, but it goes back at least 20-something odd years. And it's obviously the 4370 seasoned car. It's very heavy. It's made of metal. I do feel like the windows need to be cleaned, but I'm too scared to take it apart to even try. I don't know why you would do that. It's got nice rubber. The whole chassis is metal. This thing is just, when you hold it, you know you're holding something expensive. And that's when I knew when I found it to look up the price. And when I looked up the price, I'm just like, you're coming home with me. So yeah, that's the trophy of the day. So let's look at the prices of these things before I let you guys off the hook. Okay, everybody, so here I am with the first car. This is, I forgot how much I said I paid for this one, but this is one of the ones I said was worth between $20 and $25. Here we can see the matching boxes right here. $12 plus $17. We all know damn well that they don't pay $17 to ship these items, especially with me and how I ship things. They probably are pocketing some of the additional cash to offset the cost of the car. It's like, ooh, I got a good deal, $7, but yet here's $13 in shipping. So you combine the cost, and it's about $20 there. Here we have about $29, and going down, here's another one. Now that one's a little bit different, and so forth and so on. So here's one that's $25 plus $8.70. I guess it just depends on the exact condition of the vehicle. So as you guys can see, that's why I got my 20 to 25 number on that one. Okay, so here's our next one. This is one that I said I can get between about $15 to $25 for, and it's the Jeff Gordon 200th Anniversary DuPont. Here's one for about $16. Here's another one for $20 with free shipping. Here's one that's sold with a signature on it for $31 and $12. I'm not that lucky. Here's one that's kind of like mine with a box for $12 and $14 for a total of $26. And you guys get the point on how this works. Remember, the green means is what it's sold for. This one took a best offer of under $6.50, but yet charged over $18 to ship. So they clearly pocketed a little bit of cash on the shipping with these. So here's the Dale Earnhardt Jr. number 8 Budweiser MLB All-Star Game car from the 2002 race. I've quoted this one about $20 to $25. Here is one with the windows in the box for $15, so maybe I'm a little high. But then again, here's one with the all blacked out windows like mine for $28. There's one with the windows for $29. Here's one with the windows again for $25. Again with the windows, 17 plus, so this one's usually $36, but that's also an Elite, so it doesn't really count. Here's one with the windows again for another $38 or $28. And here's another one again for another $28. So it's kind of hard to say because I got the blacked out windows version. I don't know if that's more rare or if that takes away the value. I don't know. I only see one going through all of these listings. And just as you guys can see, they all have the windows and the interior. This one, yeah, it's got the windows. This one does not. This one was $19, best offer accepted. Don't know what it was. But again, $7. He was asking $26 for that particular one. The next up is going to be the Kevin Harvick one with this special snap-on Goodwrench paint scheme. I quoted this one between $20 and $25. But as you can see here, I got one that's $26 plus $10, so $36 for this one. This one was $24. And this one down here is another $29. This one was $23. So again, I got good deal on this one as well. Next up is going to be that Tony Stewart. I quoted this one between 20 and 30, and the reason is because this one, again, a best offer was accepted, but they were asking about 25, 26 for this one. This one was about 36. This one over here is an Elite. It doesn't count. Then we have another one right here, which is about 27. The car by itself for about 15. That's still more than what I paid for it if I didn't even have the box. Continuing on, we got one for 37. So again, it just depends on when and who's buying is how much you're going to make on these if you decide to sell. So then staying in the particular order of the cars that I showed, here's those diecast cars, $10 with free shipping. I don't see another example. This is another brand up here. But again, $10.50. I paid less than that. So, that's a good feeling. And then again, we're not going to focus too much on this. $10-ish, here's $12 for that car. Here's one for $15. So, they are buying with, the decent price plus shipping. Not a big thing. I got those to put them in a cabinet. And then we're going to go back to the Kevin Harvick up here. This is the one that I quoted between $20 and $30. This is for his 2003 car, 2003 car. I don't know why I say it like that. And there we have an Elite one. There we have the white one. This is one I would like to get eventually. But the one that we have is like this. And this one was $25 best offer accepted, $15 shipping. So they wanted $39 originally for that. This one sold with another one for $60. They wanted $35 for this one, $30 plus so $40 almost for that one, $30 for that one, and that one they sold it at that price for the free shipping. So you can see on this one I did particularly good. Hey, and there's that guy we just got done looking at. Now getting into the 99 Dale Earnhardt car. This is one I quoted for $29 to $35 is what I have written down here. And as you can see here, if we can find the right one, here's one just like it. $27 plus $9. So basically, what, $36-ish right there. Here we go again with another one for about $19. That was a bid only. Here's one with best offer accepted for $7.32, but $18 shipping. Like I said, guys, they're pocketing a lot of that shipping cash. It only cost about $8 to ship something like this. So just put that in perspective. Here we got one that was $25 best offer accepted. And this is one I paid $12.50 for. I'm very, very proud of that. And last but not least is that Petty 43 Superbird. Take a look at these. This is where it's at. Now, I wanted to do some explaining with these because I don't believe this. Here we have one with $90, one bid, $18 plus shipping. So they paid about $108 for this one right here. And I don't even see a tag on it. Now, this one, they wanted $30 plus $18. It's about $50 for this one, but it's got a broken wheel. I went through and read the description. This one still has its box, its foam, and everything for $150 plus $25. That does not count. I just have the foam. This one's just like mine with no foam for a total of $83 is what it sold for. Here's one for $41, but something broke on it. Its parts are fixed. Here's one with the foam only like mine for $140 plus $13.99. I guess you could have gotten this special case for it back in the day. That's actually kind of cool. I might want one of those. And it just continues. One of the big things I see is I'm missing certificates and I'm missing the actual cardboard box. But I do have the tag still on mine, which indicates that it's still pretty much new, just like this guy. But something was wrong with this one, obviously. This one lost a tire. And here's one with the tag on it, just like mine, for about $85. That's how I came to that $90 to $120 price tag. It's just basically from that one right there. And let's wrap this up, guys. Now, wasn't that just completely like a nostalgic, exciting, like, showcase of, like, stuff that you just can't really find? And am I saying like a lot? Because I feel like I kind of like I am. Haha. Anyway, guys, if you guys can't tell, I'm a major toy collector. I don't win all the time, and when I do, I gotta pop this camera out and just tell you guys all about it. I don't know how many of you guys are gonna watch this video, but at the end of the day, I wanted to document this just in my journey alone. Like I said, I paid $90 for all of these cars on a bad day. Like a really freaking bad day. I can maybe sell them all on eBay for $255 and minus, $5 each for shipping, $8 each for shipping, plus 16%, I still would make easily double the $90 that I originally paid. So that's on a bad day. On a good day, I can still make $320 on these. So 255 to 320 is what I have right down here on the floor if I was to list them all on eBay. Now, am I going to do that? No, I'm not. I'm actually going to enjoy these, and I'm going to display them because I miss these days of NASCAR. I miss them so freaking much. I feel like the drivers nowadays, they don't have personalities like they used to. I've mostly switched over to Formula 1 racing because in Formula 1, the drivers still have personalities. It's so dry in NASCAR because of how hard up for money they are from sponsors that the drivers just can't be themselves. The days of drivers racing because they had to bring home milk and bread to their families are long gone, and that takes away so much from the sport. But I'm not here to talk about NASCAR politics and all that crap. I'm just here to show you guys a badass load of cars I paid $90 for, and I can make double my money back on a bad day if I chose to. But I'm going to enjoy them, like I said. I really hope you guys enjoyed this off video. I didn't bring out any extra lighting. I didn't bring in my hair back. I just popped up the camera and just wanted to bring you this news on the fly. So with that, if you guys want to support the channel, there's two ways to do so. If you guys hit that thank you button right down below, you guys can leave a small donation. Helps us to get Lego sets just like this. That's where the money goes, right behind me. Just equally as important, if you guys want to hit that subscribe button and follow along. We mostly do Lego, but we do RC and diecast cars of all sorts as well. Mostly this, though. And on that one, back to our normal scheduled programming with a store shopping haul up next. Thank you for watching.